Dave. Ryan.
Yes, sir.
How diffused do you want it? I've got some stuff that's really, really opaque.
Actually, Theron, let's see if we can bounce it. So maybe just some light diffusion, because maybe we can bounce it and diffuse a little bit and then bounce it. We can simulate a real broad light source that way.
Okay, remember, keep him a fraction speed left.
Okay.
Just a fraction off center to the left.
Thanks.
I mean, when I start moving around in my chair.
Yeah. Which one?
The last one first. The early stages of a Cognoter session. I don't know what it says anymore in yours. I think I rewrote this section. But
Okay.
flexibility and delay.
Right.
It's the short one. Yeah, it's probably the top of that page.
Okay, so the basic idea that you want to get across in this one is just to preserve the idea of flexibility, right? I mean, just so people can...
Right. The idea is that since it's flexible and there's delay, and there is no delay, then that makes it easier for people to do what they're doing.
Okay, so, okay, supposing I phrase it as a question.
Right.
And I'll say, what's good about, the first phase? I mean, what's phase one all about?
Right. Well, I would say in the early stages of the session, we want the tool to stay out of the way, so it's flexible and there's no delay, and that way people can work more effectively. That's something like that is what I'd say.
Okay.
I forgot some idea I wanted to get in there though. Oh, that's okay. The more flexibility, less delay. Session's more likely to be useful.
That one, the idea of usefulness.
Yeah, well, I want it to be useful rather than effective, right? So.
Okay, so tell me about
Oh, are we actually doing this now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to hit the right tone for you.
Okay.
Not to be too.
Right. I don't want to do too much acting, or I don't want to be too boring.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So tell me again. Okay, supposing I'm like really, really dense. Okay, I'm a newspaper reporter or something
Right.
like that. I'm really dense, and I can't quite grasp why. Why the first phase is useful.
Well, Mark, let me explain this to you. In the early phases of Cognoter, the idea is for the tool to stay out of the way. And the less delay and the more flexibility, then it's more likely it is that the session will be useful.
Okay.
That's the whole idea, but I should explain it to you again.
Okay.
30-second check focus.
Why is this hard?
Well, I think it's because you're trying. We're trying to hit something in between.
Right.
We're trying to say things that are scripted in a natural way. And
Right.
if you were either to say it as script,
So it's not more.
or say
Right.
it totally out of your head.
What I want to do first, there's basically two sentences here. This shouldn't be hard. Early stages of Cognoter, we want the tool to be in the background as much as possible. And the reason for that is the more flexibility and the less delay people have getting their ideas out, the more likely it is things are useful. That's what we want.
All right. Well, let's try this then. Let's have a phrase to kind of ramp into this thing.
Right. That's what I'm trying to think of. Get some phrases to hit as I go along.
So if you we'll start out with this. You start out with like the topic sentence. The topic sentence would be something like this. Something like the reason. Well, I don't know who designed. I mean, who had the idea of first phase, or is this like accepted practice all over the world?
Well, we're not really. Okay.
I mean, in Cognoter, there's a thing. It's specifically.
Right, but we're not actually mentioning that in the script.
Okay.
It's sort of subliminal that
Okay.
the phases appear.
All right, but if you say it, that's really the crux of the question. That's what you're just explaining.
Well, but if I just say in the first part of a Cognoter session, I don't really want to bring up the phases and the stages too
But
much.
see, the thing is that I won't use that sentence.
Right.
It just allows me to ramp into what you're saying.
Allows you to ramp in when you're asking me that question?
No, it allows you to go into it. So when you're actually saying the thing, it's actually very
I'm
natural.
gonna stop tape.
Just to hit this naturally, let's see. So there's been voiceover explaining what happens in the first part of the
so
session.
we're up to
Right.
what's happening is that people are typing in, and we just want to know what's.
Yeah. So now that we've basically described what's going on in the first part, then I say something like, in the early stages of a Cognoter session, the idea is for the tool to stay in the background as much as possible, so people can just flexibly interact with the tool. There's no delay, and under those circumstances, things are going to be much more effective and useful. I almost did it.
Effective or useful?
I say the word effective too much, so I want to say useful instead.
Because you have actually a fruitful one. Is that
Fruitful seems like a mouthful. I
that's
didn't want to
too-
say
that's too
fruitful.
contrived?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let me try. Well, just try it just to explain again. The
All
people are
right.
looking
So we
at-
tape. Should I actually try and do this right, or am I just practicing?
Yeah, I want you to try. Well,
We're going to do this 47 times, and we'll take the best one. Okay. All right. Let me just compose myself here. So, okay, I want to say it. I don't want to act too much. I don't want to be too boring.
just tell me what the first phase is. The first part of Cognoter
Okay.
is about.
All right, I will. In the first part of Cognoter, we want the tool to stay out of the way as much as possible. We want it to be flexible, and want it to be as little delay as possible when people put their ideas down. And that way we expect it'll be much more useful.
Okay. You like that?
So you see,
Just for outer space.
yeah. So you see where we are?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Okay, so I'll just, instead of just saying Cognoter, I'll say the tool we call Cognoter.
How about if we wrote a tool called Cognoter, we designed it, came up with a tool. I just want to say we use it.
I can say, okay. Yeah, I can say that we designed the tool we call Cognoter to support small groups, trying to organize information. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, maybe I should just say that then.
Yeah, well, okay. So the
Why don't you scoot over a little bit closer to my cheat sheet over there?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't want to see him looking up there, though.
Yeah, you don't
Okay.
want to, you don't want to look too far. You really want.
That's what I mean. If you scooted over closer to that, then
No, but then
you don't want shifty eyes,
then
huh?
you're looking. Well, what happens is that you're looking too far off screen. I mean, you see a lot of these interviews, right? And they're shooting, and the guys
I do.
looking 90 degrees off camera.
Yeah,
It's
I
bad.
know.
I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's like it doesn't look right.
All right.
All right. So.
So I have to write on your face, huh?
Well, see.
I might be able to get it anyway.
So I'm sitting here again asking about, or what we're seeing is a Cognoter session just started. Okay.
Yeah, actually, we've just mentioned. Yeah, you were trying to ask me a question, right?
Oh,
But,
yeah, right. So
this is the first introduction to Cognoter. Like what? The question you should ask me is,
Yes.
well, can you give me an example of a tool that
right,
you have?
or,
and
yeah, or have you got any good software tools?
Got any good software?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. Got any good software? I would say, okay, we've designed a tool we call Cognoter to support small groups trying to organize information for a presentation, like a paper or a talk, something like that. The way it works is we let them put up little bits of text on the screen, which they can shove around until they have a structure that they can use to have an annotated outline, and that outline they can use to actually design their paper or talk. It's not exactly what I wanted to say, but that's...
Well, do you want to be that detailed? I mean, you're really being very specific about it. I mean, I can relate to that really well.
That's it.
Because you use like colloquialism, like
Right.
like
shove around and things like
Yeah,
that, which,
yeah.
well, I did want to, I think I do want to say that.
okay, that's good.
Mark?
Yes.
His level's kind of low, especially when he's low.
Mm-hmm.
At his high point, he was only.
Have you changed it at all? I mean, have you? Okay, because look pretty good.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's just leave it consistent.
Okay.
Okay, because we can always boost. Okay.
All right.
Still rolling.
Okay. All right.
If this supports a small group, yeah. Well, those are the ideas, right? You want to have a small
Right.
group.
Okay. So should I just try it again?
Yeah, we'll try the idea again.
Okay, fine.
This is basically the introduction to
Cognoter.
the software tool.
Right. Okay. All right. We designed a tool called Cognoter to support small groups that are trying to organize some information for a paper or a talk. And the way it works is they can put little bits of text up on the screen. They can shove them around until they're finally organized into a structure that they can use to generate an annotated outline that will actually be the form that their paper or talk takes. That wasn't too bad.
Is that a little ambitious as far as you know, like when you come up with this outline? Is it really?
Could be overstating it a little bit, the way I just said it, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to qualify that or not.
Okay, well the plan is to come out with an outline that, and you can use that outline to structure your paper or talk. Now I think I said something like that actually is the structure of the paper or talk, which if a miracle occurred that would be true.
Okay.
But so it's idealizing, it's not lying.
Yeah.
So we try to.
Do you want to? Yeah. Do you want to unidealize it?
Sure. Let's see. So what I want to say at the end is they create a structure that can be used to actually organize their paper or talk. It's almost too weak though, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, stay with it. You know.
Well, let me think what I'm going to say. So they can create a structure that they will use to organize their paper or talk. That they will use, that they can use, that they must use, that they.
That's
They can use to create an annotated outline for their presentation.
yeah, on which they can base their talks.
There you go. Right. They'll create a structure that they can use. No, they can create a structure that can be used as an annotated outline that serves as the basis for their presentation.
Right.
Okay. Now, if I can remember the first part, we could do that.
Okay. Well, okay. See, the situation is that you wrote it. Okay. So you're giving sounds to me like 25 words or less.
Right.
Description of cognition.
Right.
So you wrote it. You're the expert.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's about.
Okay. Well, I will. Hi, Danny. Okay. Right. We designed a tool called Cognoter for small groups that are trying to organize some information for a paper or a talk. The way it works is, you don't scratch your nose, but the way it works is you put bits of...
All right. Yeah, maybe you could just make it more specific and say we designed a software tool, you know, because...
You go, okay. Have we mentioned software tools? Not exactly. Okay, I could say software tool. Okay.
So, you know...
Do it.
On the general license.
Right. Okay, we designed a software tool called Cognoter to help a small group organize information for a paper or talk. Now, the way this works is they put small bits of text up on the screen. These can be shoved around into an organization that can be used to create an annotated outline that will serve as the basis for the paper or talk that they're doing.
Look good. That one looked better than that last one. Definitely.
All right, why don't you tell me next time? Because then you'll be looking right in the screen.
But we're doing this
Yeah, I guess we're trying...
not on the screen.
Let me just check on what the... okay, so the thing that's going to happen afterwards is we're going to pick up with... what you're seeing on the screen then is all these people typing in short phrases. And then you're saying... And then you're going to go into this thing where you're saying, okay, well...
Right, then we go to the early
you can edit
stages.
things and annotate things.
Right.
Okay. So we're... So you're going to tell me about the single meeting tool that we use the most.
I am. That's right. Okay. We designed a software tool called Cognoter to help small groups organize information for a paper or talk. The way it works is they put little pieces of text on the screen. They can shove these around into a structure that they can use as the basis for their paper or talk. I skipped several things I wanted to say.
Yeah, the outline. I guess you want to talk about outline.
Yeah, I want to mention the annotated outline.
Okay. Yeah, well, okay. So tell me again.
Okay. Right. We designed a tool called Cognoter to support small groups that are trying to organize some information for a paper or a talk. The way it works is they can put little pieces of information up on the screen. They can shove these things around, play around with it until they get a structure that they can use as an annotated outline that will serve as the basis for their paper or the talk.
I like
That one was good.
Nobody could use the word, what is it? Not obfuscate, but yeah, obfuscate was one. And the bottom line was another one they couldn't use. I just had to speak, you know, as because these reporters would come in with these horrible phrases. I just say you cannot use that phrase anymore.
So I don't know. So do you want the anecdotal version or the just sort of expositional?
Well, why don't you say the general the general spiel about the shared workstations, and somehow tie it in with the anecdote. I mean, I think that's really strong. I think if you had a really short, snappy anecdote right there, antidote.
Okay, I'm trying to think how I can do this in a reasonable period of time.
Yeah. Well,
what if I really just tried to? What if I just tried to explain it to you?
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
tell me why shared workspaces are interesting or important.
Okay, well,
or good for you.
All right. Well, I'm going to lead in with that line and see what happens. I don't know. I'll just try it. See what happens. Okay, shared workspaces. Shared workspaces are an extension of personal workspaces. In fact, I don't want to do it this way. Okay, never mind. How can I do this? Shared workspaces says personal workspaces.
You could relate to yourself, like for example, I'm used to different terms so that we don't have to stop the same
Right.
roll.
Okay. Well.
I'm sorry.
Well, the first time we used Colab, we weren't sure if it was really going to work or not, and we were used to working with our personal workspaces, and it was amazingly productive feeling, at least, to have other people's connections and ideas to what I was connected to what I was doing come up at the same time, and that's why we like it.
Okay. You don't want to say anything about shared workspaces, personal workspaces. I mean, you
Okay,
don't
I could say that, right.
Well.
Okay, so let me try that. I could say the first time we used Colab, we weren't even sure if it was going to work before, and we had never really used shared workspaces before. We were used to using personal workspaces, and it was terrifically productive to see other people's ideas popping up and being connected to what I was doing as I was doing it. Shouldn't have looked aside, but that might almost work.
That was great.
That was pretty good.
Oh, what a...
My